We sold our house to live in a trailer. Come on, I'll show you inside. And please don't judge me, it's a little bit messy. So this is not going to be your typical personal finance video. Every week I upload videos where I talk about personal finance. This one's a little bit different. It's kind of more of a vlog-ish style video, and hopefully you enjoy it. Now, the title of this video, I'll admit, is a little bit clickbaity, but let me explain. My wife and I, we really did sell our house to live in a trailer. And even though living here has felt like forever, it's not actually going to be forever. And this is just a temporary situation, and let me explain why. First off though, I just have to say I do not understand the van life movement. All over the place you see people selling their homes, buying a van, decking it out, and then driving around the country for a year or two or whatever. Now, that is not the life for me. It might be for you, but after this experience, there's no way that I could handle that. Living in a trailer has been a huge adjustment for us, especially when you're so used to just these luxuries that after a while become so normal to you that they're expected. There's things that you really take for granted, like having a shower, or having running water, or having internet everywhere you go. I mean, it's when you just have a house, these are just things that you expect to have. When we first moved into the trailer, it took us a long time to figure out the AC and the heat. The first couple nights we were freezing, and a couple nights after that we were burning up and we were ripping off our covers in the middle of the night. So this is day 2 in the trailer, the first official day. I froze my ass off. About 9 o'clock last night we turned on the heater to warm up the camper, and then we went to sleep, and then by about 2 o'clock it was probably 40 degrees in here. It also took a while to get the water figured out. So we, when we bought this camper, and I'll go into that in just a second, we got a really good deal on it, but there were a couple things wrong. And when we dove deeper into it, we realized we don't have water, and we don't know why. Turns out all of the pipes were full of algae. And so that took a while to clear all of that out. A couple pipes were just broken altogether. We've got a couple things on the to-do list today. We've got to go fill up the water tanks. We can't use our sink yet because the P-trap, I don't know if you can see that, is busted. So we got to go get a new one of these so we can actually use the sink in the bathroom. So that was fun. We had to fix a couple of those. And overall, it's just been a really interesting adjustment. So to remedy the shower problem, we do have a shower here in the trailer, but it's not, we don't have a ton of water, so we didn't want to shower there every day. So every day before work, we would just go to the gym and we would shower there. And the bright side is I went to the gym every day, so that's that's good. Check that one off my list. The downside is I had to go to the gym every single day. The other thing is I don't have internet. For a lot of work that I do, I need an internet connection, and especially for YouTube to upload videos like this, I've had to have an internet connection. So we will spend a lot of time just hanging outside McDonald's using their internet, and I have to say I'm really excited to have an internet connection again. There have been a lot of really good things that have come out of this though. One of the main things is we've realized how much stuff we don't actually need. We took everything from our house and we put it in a storage unit, and I'm definitely not a minimalist, nor do I ever want to be. But living in a camper, living in a trailer for a couple months, you really realize how much you don't need. We don't have any of our furniture with us. We have a very slimmed down selection of our clothes, just the things that we were absolutely going to need. a lot of our shoes, just all the miscellaneous stuff that you just acquire after a while. We put it all in storage, and we realized we really don't need any of this stuff to live. Another thing we realized is that living in this trailer for the last couple months, my wife and I have actually grown a lot closer together. When we had the house, there's just a lot of maintenance involved with it. There's a lot of projects and yard work and things like that. There's just a lot of stuff keeping you busy. And so now that we didn't have all those projects pulling us in all these different directions, my wife and I could actually spend a lot more time together, which, that's an added bonus. But the biggest benefit, and the reason why we're actually doing all of this, is to save money. As you know, on this channel, I talk about everything real estate. I intend on growing my real estate portfolio, and in order to do that, my wife and I were looking at the equity that we already had in our previous house. I realized that there are a lot of different things that you can do to tap into the equity in your house, but to access it fully, a bank will typically only give you 85% or 75% with a HELOC or a home equity loan. And we wanted to tap into all of that fully. The amount that they were going to give us was not as much as we knew that our house was worth. So rather than doing a HELOC or a loan, we decided, hey, we'll just sell it and buy something else. Now, in the interim, we had to have a place to live. So we looked at all these different apartments, and because of the short amount of time that we had until our other house was done being built, a lot of places just wouldn't accept such a short-term lease for 2 or 3 months. And a lot of them said, hey, we'll rent to you, but we want you to sign a 6-month lease, and we want you to pay in full. Now, as you know, I am not a fan of throwing away money, and I don't like paying rent. And so that is not the first thing that really came to my mind. I'm not okay with throwing away 3 months of rent, especially if we're only going to be living there for 2. We had the idea of buying a camper, living in it, and then selling the trailer. But the cool thing about this is we did it in such a way, we bought the trailer at auction for a screaming deal. We bought this trailer for $7,000, and right now it's worth about $15,000. I think you can see why there's a lot of benefit to this. 1, we don't have to pay all this excess money for rent that we're never going to make back. 2, we don't have to pay extra for the rent that we would have had to pay that we wouldn't actually use because we wouldn't live there the full 6 months. But 3, with the trailer, we live here for free, and then we sell it and we make a profit. I plan on making a full-length video about how I buy and sell cars and flip them for massive profits. And this is my first trailer, but I think we're going to make out pretty well with this too. All of the money that we make from this trailer is, of course, just going to be reinvested into more real estate. Now, I think the whole point of this video is just to show that sometimes with personal finance, it's a little bit uncomfortable. There's a lot of things that you don't necessarily want to do, like live in a camp trailer for 2 months. But with anything finance, a lot of the times you have to make sacrifices. A lot of it is especially deferred gratification. If you really want to get ahead, you can't just take all of your money and just buy the things that you want now. Instead, if you take that money, invest it, and just let it grow and grow for the next decade or 2, eventually you can just live off of the residual income that your investments are making, and you don't touch your principal at all. Like I said, this has not been the most fun experience, but I know that living in circumstances like this where it's really just not the most comfortable, in the end is going to pay off immensely. Now, having said that, today is move-in day at our new house, and I think we're gonna get moving and start packing up some boxes and start moving into the house. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, I don't know how often I plan on doing more vlog-like videos like this, but if you do, let me know and I'll think about making some more. I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for watching.